Welcome to Kinwomen ALOUD, where good conversation counts. Welcome, Kinwomen, to Kinwomen ALOUD. Hello, I'm Penny Webb, and joining me today are treasured friends I've known for a very long time, Rose Parker.
Hello.
Singer-songwriter, storyteller, and occupational therapist. Oh my gosh, I didn't say that right. Let me say it again. Singer-songwriter, storyteller, and occupational therapist. It's
quite a mouthful, isn't
it? It is, in her own private practice. And Kelley Chisholm. Kelley, an overseas ed development specialist, focusing on women. She's also a marriage and funeral celebrant and all things public. Hello, Kelley.
Hello.
And then there's me. I'm Penny Webb, not-for-profit CEO, offering services to support the independence of mainly older people and individuals and families following crisis. So I've just thrown a few words together here, but
I think I need to lie down and a cup of tea after listening to everything we're doing.
I do, yes. And let's face it, we're
all of us.
And let's face it, we're women. So that's just a little of and certainly not who we are.
No.
Yes. But listen, before we get stuck in today, I just thought let's ask the question, what's grabbed your attention lately? What's grabbed your attention, Kelley?
Oh, gosh, shall I go first? Rosie, you got to go? I got a thought.
Yeah. I've been listening to the conversations I'm having with women in my neighbourhood. I have a very large, beautiful dog called Hudson.
Huddo,
35 kilograms of Groodle love. So I was out walking for an hour with him this morning, as I am every day. So I get to chat to women in my neighbourhood, other dog walkers and people too. You know, when you're raising kids, you're known as Zach's mum or whatever. Now I'm Huddo's mum.
Gorgeous.
Is that right? They don't remember your name, but they remember the dog, you know.
Yeah.
And just having conversations with women about, well, it usually starts with Huddo, oh, he's beautiful, no, chit-chat, and then you have a little chat, just balancing everything, all the things, you know, kids, raising kids, your career, artistic expression, family. I'm always handing out my brilliant dog trainer's name and number because people often talk to me about their badly behaved dogs. And so I'll share that good little bit of wisdom and knowledge. But just being in the neighbourhood and being available for people, I'm loving that.
Yeah.
And because I've got time for that now.
Is that
It's
right?
the
You've
difference.
really noticed the difference that you're not having to work as full-time.
Not working full-time in this season. And so I have a bit more time. I'm not rushing from one thing to the next. And just being available to hang for 5 or 10 minutes
have the
and
conversation.
Speak. I love it.
So
if that's part of getting older, bring it on.
Yeah,
love
I
Beautiful.
find I hide out a bit more when I walk my dog, Theo.
Why do you hide
Do you
out?
have pod ears in? Are you listening to something?
I often will put headphones and my things
I
in,
never do that.
but that's a strategy.
Oh, because you want to be on your own?
Yes.
Oh, see, I want to chat.
See, I'm a bit, when I go out for that walk with Theo, I'm often kind of like him, a little bit of lockdown, don't want to meet too many people's eyes because they might want to chat.
It might have something to do also with our roles.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Who we
I don't know
are.
what that is.
My son, and who knows you better than your children, says, Mum, Hudson is the perfect dog for you, as if you didn't need any more reasons to stop and have a chat with people.
Yeah.
That says it all, really.
Okay, so
You know what's spot on? But what I've been loving, and maybe this could contrast, is I love podcasts. I'm a bit of I love them. I'd probably have 30 shows I follow. So, and some of them waiting to drop. You know, just waiting for the day. And one I quite enjoy is one called Hidden Brain.
oh yes. Yes.
Hidden Brain, and it talks about the brain and you know, I love promoting other podcasts.
Yeah, I follow
actually.
that one
It's kind of fun. And one episode that I've listened to a number of times, and I'll often just be pondering the thought, because it's this thought, you can't trust your memory.
Oh, yes, I've heard bits of this.
And that was a really great thing for me, because I think sometimes we hold on to memory. So like we hold on like a vice grip. This is what happened. This is what happened. And in this podcast, actually, if you take it on, it's kind of lets you let go of things.
It's great.
Because you think to yourself, that memory which I constructed as a 13-year-old,
Exactly.
that
Especially
may
in
not
childhood.
be as accurate. Because we tend to think, but it's my memory, therefore it's accurate. But they really examined this research. It's just not accurate.
Brene Brown refers to it in Rising Strong. Like we put our own story. We create our own narrative over events that have occurred in a way that helps it make sense for us. And that can both be positive and negative.
Yeah.
It can serve health, it can serve dishealth.
And through the lens of a child too, in this case.
Especially if there's trauma,
Yeah.
and that is our adult work. It's certainly been my adult work, is deconstructing some of that trauma and replacing it with good, healthy ways of thinking. And sometimes there's very traumatic memories that you actually have to work through with a therapist and reframe that and put it back in a healthy place in a way that
and the useful
informs you. Yeah, it doesn't undo you.
As unravel you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that, it's not about this sense of, oh, well, they're not true. It's not.
Oh, no.
All it's doing is just helping you to let go of kind of like the weight of them.
Reframing it.
And go, let me look at that again.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that value of podcasting is you get this bits of little insight and information, and don't just take it as a wall of information that you let just absolutely drown you or become your new information source, because it's not supposed to be that. I think it's supposed to tickle away at the edges of you and give you time to, and I often will have my headphones in and then just walk afterwards and just think,
Great.
what was that? What was that? And, so I think the risk of podcasts or the internet is to make that truth.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is. It's always just adding.
Having a conversation.
And then have a conversation that matter. Gosh, that's what we're doing today.
One of the things that I came across the other day was somebody had said this: don't sacrifice your playfulness by being driven to achieve and validate yourself, to yourself, and definitely not to others. And it's that you are enough. Play. Penny, play. Be playful.
Did that speak to you, Penelope?
It did.
Gosh,
And I
here we go.
And I know. Penny, the playful.
Penelope.
Yeah.
Penelope
The girl.
playful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it did speak to me. And that's the thing, when we have so much information available to us, but allowing those little words to actually go, oh, I need that right now.
Yes.
That's for me right now. This is for me. Keeping playful. Penny, play.
Yeah.
Playfulness, it's such a beautiful word, and it so easily can
Be lost, can't it?
totally be lost in
lost.
responsibility and what's happening around us.
And work and outcomes.
Of course.
And
And purpose, may I say.
streams, numbers, blah, blah,
and especially
blah,
if we're, and my personality is I'm quite a diligent girl. I'm a diligent girl, but I don't want to be diligent at the expense of being playful as well.
I won't let you, Pen.
Yeah,
no
thanks
problem
for
with that.
Thanks for that, Don. Beautiful. Well, listen, let's really briefly recap on the hot topic that we are in right now, which is purpose. And I think we agreed that the pursuit of our purpose or calling should not be a weight. The constant, elusive quest for fulfillment, it cannot be a weight. And it's not one-dimensional for women. Finding out who we are and what we're good at, and finding meaning in various roles and contributions.
And how we show it in different seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. That's purpose. And we talked about the quote from, and we called him Ralpho, from a man.
Ralph Waldo
Ralph
Emerson.
Waldo. I know. I'm calling him Ralpho. I can't like Ralpho. Where he said, the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honourable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference, that you have lived and lived well. And we talked about this. What did we come out with? What do we remember that we actually said?
That I was hoping that it was both. That it's got to be happiness and service for me. And I guess happiness is that internal state of being, but it also comes when you're looking outward and using your gift to serve community, connection. Yeah.
So, Kel, do you remember? We talked about it a lot. Purpose.
Yeah, we did. And we had this idea that it's, I'm the martyr by nature. I've got my friend over here, Rosie, who says she's the hedonist.
I'm the hedonist.
I reckon I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I actually do think I'm a bit in the middle. I could be.
This could be like a joke. The hedonist, the martyr, and the moderator.
Walk into a bar.
What would be the joke?
We're going to ponder that joke.
But I've watched you get more playful and laugh more as you've got older. And girls, I hope you've seen me find the value of having structure and
Yeah.
discipline
Oh,
and
yes.
routine in my life.
Yes.
I love what I've
Yes.
achieved in my life, and I couldn't have done that if I was only choosing to live in the moment and do what I felt from
I
day
think
to day.
this is it, and
I
that's part
love
of what
having
friendship
both
brings you.
elements to me.
Yeah.
I
Too,
love
doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we bring a different perspective for
Yeah.
some. We see things
Yeah.
in each other that we don't see ourselves.
No,
Oh,
it's a fantastic
I know,
thing. No,
yeah.
I think this is it. Purpose cannot be the burden. Purpose
Cannot be.
has to be absolutely beautiful expression of something that gives you joy and gives you service, and that people in the
And
end
could be
look,
quite
that's
seasonal.
living well, not what other people say.
Is it your reason why? Is that what purpose is linked
Yeah,
to?
I think it is.
The why.
I think
Yeah.
it's your why and your gift.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
And
Why
who
and your
you
gift.
are. Who you are.
In fact, there's that great quote by Picasso.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, the meaning of life is to find your gift, but the purpose of life is to give it away.
Yeah.
That's gold.
And I think finding it is the key. And I think for me, so often we look externally as to oh, I've got to learn new things, I've got to grow new things, when actually the best person to tell you what your gift is are your friends or your family. Say, you're so great at that. How come it comes so easy?
Yeah.
And we don't see it as a gift because it's so natural to us.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's what we can bring.
So there you go. If you're listening, ask your friends, people, family around you, what do you think I'm good at?
Ask someone who knew as a child, hey? That would be
Yeah. What were you good at as a child?
often that's really a good indicator.
Yeah.
Someone who knew as a child.
Yeah.
I think I know my dad would say I was good
Yeah.
at.
What were you good as a child?
Being a
Kel?
martyr, Kel?
No. Just
No, that's just grown. I'd say I think I was always good at being with people.
really?
Yeah, I was really always good at reading people and understand what was going on. I think even as a little girl, I understood what was going on in dynamics of family, and I remember that knowing, and then always that idea that I'd love to bring people together and tell stories. That was,
Wow.
I've still got my 4-year-old kindergarten report sitting on the mat telling stories.
I bet it was straight A's. Straight A's.
Straight A's out of kindergarten.
And if you didn't get a straight A, you'd be up talking to the kindergarten teacher. Excuse me.
Well, she did have some issues.
Oh, my Lord. Penny, what were you told you were good at as a
I
child?
was diligent.
Was that word used
Yes,
to you as a
absolutely.
child?
It was
Really?
a very big word.
Wasn't it the fact you used to go and look for things, send Penny to do it because she will find
Yeah,
it?
I was kind of the girl where, hey, listen, get Penny in. She'll muck in. She'll be there. She'll find it. She'll do it. It was very much. I'm still that person. Get me to your busy bee. I'll be there.
Yeah, you are.
I'll dig in.
high vis with a chainsaw.
Yeah, whatever it is. I want to be there. I want to be there with the people.
So what is that for you? Is it contributing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's not solo contribution. For me, it's actually so
Team.
much about, team.
Harmonising.
And we all love being in a team. Like we're all rather strong women, but we love being in a team, don't
Yeah,
we?
we
And
do.
We do.
I love that about being in a team and people just flexing and moving to make space for each other, stepping in, stepping back, all of that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Rose, I'm sure yours was the gift of music.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
singing, which came through my mum and my grandma. So it's a family gift.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And so but that has both its beauty and it's had its
Well, we're going to
weight,
hear.
which
We're going to
gonna
hear.
go to.
We're going to.
You are gonna hear that
I'm going to
story.
interview you in a
Yeah.
minute, and we're going to hear more about
Mm,
you and your music
the
and
beauty
it's
and the
brought.
weight.
Yeah, that's right. So let's draw this to a close. And Rose, you and me.
All right, let's go.
So Kinwomen ALOUD, we are here with a Miss Rose Parker. I've always called you Miss Rose. But Rose is a great friend, and importantly, she is a singer-songwriter, storyteller, and occupational therapist. But we are talking with Rose, but through the lens of purpose today. And I guess I thought I would start with the question about what would you say your purpose is?
I guess my purpose has been to just really express myself authentically. I think most artists, that's what you're trying to do when you're creating a body of work is you hear that word authentic all the time. So, I didn't grow up singing in cover bands. I've never had formal music training. I've sung since I was 4. I've played guitar since I was 12. I wrote my first bad song at 15 and last year I won a National Songwriting Award. It's been, it's a journey.
Quite a journey.
Yeah, and I love singing and I love writing. So if I come back to a question of purpose, it has been to express my inner world. And in doing so, that's helped me understand my place in the outer world. It's also been a healing journey for me. And what I love doing is helping other people in their healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 2 tools that I do that with. One is my guitar and music, and the other is occupational therapy. And they're both elements of the same thing. They're almost like the left and right, the yin and yang.
Yeah.
There's this artistic outworking, but there's also a scientific therapy outworking. I love both. I love that I've always had both pillars in my life.
Well, and I think they're both exactly that.
Yeah.
They're both healing, can bring healing, are authentic. I think they're pretty powerful, actually.
And connecting me to people and people to each other and people to a life they want to live and that they love. I love how music connects people.
Oh, music. Well, music
Phenomenal.
can just break down so many barriers, just meets people where they're at.
I think of all the songs that have impacted me in my life,
Yeah.
Oh, I love how music can change your mood, change your brain.
Oh,
One song, it can just like turn a light on. As what does Oprah call them? Heart moments,
yeah.
Incredible.
So do you identify with this idea that what you're good at or your talents or your gifts actually can align or should align to our sense of purpose?
Look, I guess for me it was a no-brainer, and at times I probably wrestled with it. In fact, I've recently just had a 6-month sabbatical where I kind of didn't play for a while, first time in 30 years.
How long was that sabbatical?
6 months.
Which is quite a long time.
Look, I did a few gigs in that time, but I just gave myself mental permission. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You said, does your purpose align with your gift? So my gift of singing was recognised as a 4-year-old. As I said, my mother was a gifted musician, her mother. So it's in my bones and my blood and my body, and I love singing. Like it is my joyful, happy place. And playing music with other people is also divine. Playing guitar, being part of a band and hearing your songs have other layers added to them, drums and bass and guitar and strings. I can already feel myself going gooey like melted caramel.
Oh, gorgeous.
It's just delicious. But then also as a musician, as an artist, any artist with any tool that's put in your hand, you have this constant relationship where you're both in love with the process of what you do and constantly desiring to be better. And that's the weight. You can beat yourself up with that stuff.
And that doesn't matter what the gift is.
I guess not. It's anything, isn't it?
It's anything.
So I often am having conversations with younger creatives, just encouraging them to be kind to themselves, to understand their strengths and limitations. And I know for myself, when I hit a wall and I am becoming uninspired, it's because I'm becoming bored, and it means I've got to upskill.
Yeah, stretch.
I've got to upskill.
Stretch.
New guitar, some lessons, upload some new information, interact with some new people, do something differently, add another layer, and then it's like whoosh.
Fabulous.
And so your gift can definitely inform your purpose, but you've got to grow that and keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh. So how has your music reflected your personal journey and sense of purpose?
I guess first and foremost, my songwriting early on was very much about expressing that inner world.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can look back at my body of work now, which spans 30 years, and see my earlier songs were very much about healing that little girl, healing that inner child.
Tell me about the little girl.
How far do you want to go, Pen? I've often spoken about this, and you can go and read all about it on my website if you want to know more. But at the age of 3, I was removed from my parents and placed into institutional care. I was separated from my 2 younger sisters. I was put in an orphanage where I spent 6 months. Then I have my first vivid childhood memory is being put into a taxi, unaccompanied, me in a suitcase, in a little blue dress that stuck out to the side, white socks with frilly bits around the top and shiny black shoes. And I'm put in the back of a taxi, and I think I'm being taken to my parents, but I'm actually being taken to another orphanage. And I laid down on the back seat of that taxi, and I spent the whole journey looking out the window upside down, and I can still see it like a movie in my head. I see pine trees spinning around because the first orphanage was in Cottesloe, and then I can remember ups and downs. I remember going down the driveway, out, up. I can remember the kinetic sense of that journey, coming up a big driveway, the car stopping, the crunch of the tyres on the gravel, the wind, and then I remember seeing this big hand come in the taxi and to take my suitcase, and it was the taxi man, and I just put my little hand out to take his hand because in that moment he was the only adult around and my best friend, and we go up the stairs and matron takes my hand, and then I make her stand there and we wave the taxi man goodbye. So that is my first vivid childhood memory, which I carried with me my whole life. And once I became more proficient at writing, what I have learned is that those memories and feelings can come, and I can construct a song. I get to take that memory and that feeling and put it into a work of art, and I get to craft something beautiful out of that. And it then ceases to live just inside of me, impacting my feeling self. And I frame it and I put it on a wall, and I get to look at it, and I get to choose when I bring it down and examine it, but it gets to live up there external from me. And that has been one of the most powerful gifts that my music has given me.
Can we hear a little piece of that art?
I don't think I've ever articulated that like that before. Thanks for listening, people.
Oh, our privilege.
And this song was on with the Velvet Janes. It's on Opus number 3. It is on Spotify. Go to Velvet Janes Opus number 3. It's called Shiny Black Shoes. And it is hands down one of the most requested songs still today. People go, sing the song about the little girl with the shoes.
Sing a little bit of this song.
Black and white taxi cab heads on up the road, and the little face in the back seat is barely 5 years old. But she's got her suitcase and a dress of faded blue, a favorite pair of white socks, and those shiny black shoes. She lays down in the back seat and her head's up in the clouds, looking out the window at a world that's upside down. Street signs and lampposts are spinning around the moon, but she can't click her heels to anywhere. She's got shiny black shoes. La 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 la, shiny black shoes. And they'll take her anywhere.
Beautiful.
That was the abridged version.
That was the abridged version.
To hear the whole song, go to Spotify, Velvet Janes, Shiny Black Shoes. And what I didn't realise, Pen, until I finished writing that song was it is a song of empowerment. It's a song that I have learnt as an adult woman, going from being a child who was extremely dependent, disempowered, moved from pillar to post. I could have created an adult life that reflected that completely, but I haven't. And I have learned the power of independence and of self-actualisation. And I know I'm the boss. I am my own boss. I am my own hero. I got my boots on. I still love shoes. 80 pairs last time I counted. Sorry, I don't throw things out. And I click my heels like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz and take myself where I want to go.
Beautiful.
Whew.
Okay.
Big journey.
I mean, we've had a big journey, right? Life. Is there a pivotal moment in your life that you really believed shaped your sense of purpose, especially music, I guess?
Well, I guess what happened for me was there were some lovely people that recognised my talent and resourced it. So remember, I'm a little girl living in an orphanage. I had none of my own possessions. I slept in a room with 5 kids. I had none of my own toys. I never had an animal. I didn't even have my own clothes. So I just got taught to wait, not ask for anything, and just be given what I was given.
And be grateful.
And don't do anything wrong or you'll be out. So I was a very quiet, compliant, polite little girl. When I was 10, I was placed into foster care, and we went to live with a gorgeous couple called Mr. and Mrs. Fuller. And Mrs. Fuller was both loving and fierce. She'd already raised 3 kids. She knew everything. She was taking no nonsense. And I came home from grade 6 so excited because I had sat a music oral exam. I'd got the top mark and been selected for a scholarship. I'd never been picked for anything. I was so excited. And I was going to learn a brass instrument. I wanted to learn the saxophone like my biological mum. Mrs. Fuller said, no, you're not learning the saxophone. I said, why not? She said, because if you learn the saxophone, we'll never get to hear you sing.
Oh, how beautiful.
I went, oh, well, then I want to learn the piano. No, you're not going to learn the piano. Why not? Because you can't take a piano with you. You're going to learn the guitar.
Oh, practical.
What a moment. And she put a guitar, she had an old battered guitar, she put that in my hand and she arranged lessons for me as a 12-year-old. And that set me off on the path that I've taken me all around the world, all around Australia, all across America, touring, playing, recording. My best friends are music. And a few years ago, I got to come back to her life. She was really on my mind, and I hunted down her son, and she was in the last stage of life. And I got to go to her funeral with my guitar and tell that story and thank her and sing and play for her. It was really beautiful.
How gorgeous.
Thanks, Mum Fuller.
Oh, how gorgeous. I'm going to ask for you to sing us another song in a moment, but I just thought I'd ask, how do you measure success in your musical career without comparing yourself to others? Because it's huge in your industry as well.
It's really tough, and it's a big conversation that people are having right now. Musicians are leaving in droves because the digitisation of music has just taken such value away from it, and it's being so measured in terms of streams on Spotify and numbers, etc. And yet there's such little income that is derived from that. So people are having to tour a lot more, produce other merchandise, and it's just so far removed from the process of loving creating something. So it's a dual thing you have to carry, and you can't hunt down fame. I love that you can't concentrate on fame. You've got to concentrate on creating a body of work. I was at a big national conference last year, and one of the speakers said, in this industry, just don't be he's saying very selfish person, in another word. He said, and create art that's interesting. So you've got to keep your motivation intrinsic. You've got to stay in love with what you do. And that's what I have done and advocate for other people to do. And that's why I just took this little 6 months off pen and just sat with myself and really
evaluated,
reflected. And just I've actually redesigned in my head how I'm going to be doing this next season. And I had to do that to refuel. And it was a bit of pruning. It was a little bit uncomfortable, but I've just come through that and it feels really good.
That's so good.
Really good.
I really want you to share a piece of music that holds special meaning for you. Would you do that?
Sure. Love to. your head upon the pillow and ask for sleep to hold you tight? Do you give thanks for the day in the stillness of the night? And when you think about tomorrow, do you hold your breath and sigh? Does the weight of the world keep you up at night? When you look out at the beauty of the stars, do you catch a glimpse of who you really are? Hear the oceans roar, see the birds that soar in flight, and listen to that still small voice inside. Love be my anchor, spirit be my guide, compassion be the way I see this world through your eyes, and peace like a river running deep and wide. Let me be the change I want to see in this world tonight. I'm not looking for perfection, I'm not asking for the world. I don't need 1,000 things or the credit card it brings to make me a happy girl. Oh, but this life is moving faster, so let the simple things remain. Like the laughter in your eyes, the sun will always set and the moon will rise. Oh, just look out at the beauty of the stars. You might catch a glimpse of who you really are. Hear the oceans roar, see the birds that soar in flight, and listen to that still small voice inside. She's singing, love be my anchor, spirit be my guide, compassion be the way I see this world through your eyes, and peace like a river running deep and wide. Let me be the change I want to see in this world tonight. Well, I heard a wise one say, in the heart of just one man, you can start a war or end a fight, turn darkness into light. I gotta believe we can, but this is not a destination. No, it's a journey we all take, not just some global situation. It's a decision we all make. Oh, just to look out at the beauty of the stars. You might catch a glimpse of who you really are. Hear the oceans roar, see the birds that soar in flight, and listen to that still small voice inside. She's singing, love be my anchor, spirit be my guide. the still small voice. Listen to the sound inside. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you, Rose. That was
Thank you.
absolutely beautiful. Thank you. So, I just want to say next time we're talking about sweet seasons, those seasons when the stars seem to be aligned, but we all know that there are also unsweet seasons. Kelley Chisholm, Rose Parker and myself will be having some open and vulnerable conversations about the sweet and the unsweet and the way they have marked our lives. So join us for more conversations. Follow us on our podcast and socials. I'd like to thank Mark Ralph, studio engineer from Elemental Sounds, Natalie Kellner, producer from Mindful Marketing. Until next time, you are our kin. Thank you for joining the Kinwomen ALOUD conversation. This podcast is written and directed by the Kinwomen team, recorded at Elemental Sound in Perth, with sound engineering by Dylan Bokelman and production by Natalie Kellner from Mindful Marketing. Don't miss our next chat. Follow us. See you then.